Seniors, you may be seated. On behalf of the graduating class of 2018, I would like to welcome all family, friends to this prestigious occasion. I would like to take time to thank all of those who have made our esteemed commencement ceremony possible. All teachers, administration members, parents, grandparents, friends, school board members, band members, and choir members. At this time, senior choir members, please prepare for your part in the program. I will also ask that the noise level be kept to a minimum, no pictures be taken, and that cell phones are turned off or on vibrate so they do not interfere with the recording and audio devices. Thank you for cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you as our final event as seniors at Boonville High School.
Ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, welcome guests, please stand and honor the nation as Boonville Choir leads us in the national anthem. At the conclusion, senior band members, please join the rest of the band in preparation for their performance.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Star-Spangled Banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. America, the brave.
Here we are, class of 2018. We have finally made it to the day we have all been waiting not so patiently for. I'm a pole vaulter, and when I reflect on our time here, I would say it's very comparable to vaulting. For those of you that don't know, pole vault is an event in track and field where an athlete must run full force down a runway with a tiny pole in their hands. The athlete must then plant that tiny pole into the vault box and slingshot themselves over a crossbar. And believe me, it's just as crazy as it sounds. As freshmen, we all entered high school, running full speed ahead, much like the athlete must do while running down the runway. We were learning new things, adjusting to the new environment, and making new friends and memories. When sophomore year came, we had been here for a year, so we knew how things worked in the school, but we still had a lot of growing to do. Sophomore year was much like the takeoff of the vault. We had finally taken off the ground, and we were just starting to fly. Junior year, we were challenging ourselves in the classrooms while also trying to nail down what we wanted to do with our lives after high school. Many people would say that junior year is the hardest year of high school, which is why I would compare it to the pull and the push in the vault. Because without the pull and the push, it's impossible to get over the bar. And finally, senior year. This year was much like the final part of the vault, the fun part, where the athlete is free falling down onto the mat, looking up at the bar they have just cleared. We have made so many memories and we have achieved so many amazing accomplishments, and here we are today, looking back up at the bar that we have just cleared. I am so proud of all that we have done in our 4 years here at Boonville High School. Our hard work has shown through in all of our accomplishments, from the countless gold ratings, Big 8 titles, numerous groups sent to the state finals, and my personal favorite, winning tug of war at every single pep assembly. It is so bittersweet to say that our time here together has finally come to a close. As I wrap up, I want to encourage all of you to keep reaching for the bar and don't give up until you clear it, because the feeling you get while looking back up at it is an indescribable feeling. A chapter is ending, but our story has just begun. It's time for us to spread our wings and fly. It has been said that a person's future is only as bright as their faith. Class of 2018, I want you all to always keep your faith and always remember that no matter how high the bar may seem, there is always a way to clear it. So now let's go show the world what we are made of.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's both an honor and a privilege to welcome friends and family, students and alumni to one of the oldest continuous graduation ceremonies in the state of Indiana, Boonville High School's 144th commencement exercises. I'd like to take a moment to welcome some special guests this morning. First, Warwick County Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Brad Schneider. Warwick County Board of School Trustees President, Mr. Tom Welch. Board Member, Mr. Tim Mosby. Board Member, Ms. Brenda Metzger. Board Member, Mrs. Candace Nance. Board Member, Mrs. Linda Glover. Board Member, Mr. Jeff Baker. And participating in her 40th and final commencement program at Boonville High School, Board Member, Mrs. Dorothy Krager. Next, I'd like to introduce several other people here at Boonville High School that make this morning such a special occasion. First, Assistant Principal, Mr. Willie Wilder. Guidance Counselor, Mrs. Stacy Flamian. And we'd also like to thank 70 of our faculty and staff members who came in on a Saturday to recognize our senior class. There are class sponsors, program assistants, custodians. They've all come today to make this event possible and wish our graduates all the best. Please give them a round of applause also. As our seniors' next chapter in their lives gets ready to begin, I'd like to recognize one member of our staff who will be closing his chapter in education, retiring after 31 years, Mr. Steve Allstott. We'd also like to mention that again this year, this commencement program is being broadcast via the internet. On the back of your program is the YouTube link to visit if you want to pass this along to others. It can also be seen for years to come at that same address. And I've actually been contacted by people in Florida and California and Germany who are watching our activities this morning. Earlier this week, our annual Senior Awards Night took place. Just over $1,001,000 in scholarships and awards were bestowed upon many of our students. At this time, I'd like for all of our scholarship and award winners recognized Monday night, please stand again and be recognized. You may be seated. I'd also like to recognize our senior class officers who have done the yeoman's share of the work in getting this event ready to go. Their organization and planning has been crucial to this day. Please stand and be recognized. President, Caitlin Dugan. Vice President, Dean Ewan. Secretary, Alexander Phillips. Treasurer, Cheyenne Hearing. And Historian, Kyle McAllister. There are also a few groups of students we'd like to take time to recognize. They are noted in your program. The first group is our Indiana Core 40 diploma graduates. I'd like to ask you in joining me in recognizing these 81 young men and women as they stand. All of our Core 40 diploma graduates, please stand. Thank you. You may have noticed medallions some of our students are wearing this morning. These signify our Indiana Academic Honors and Technical Honors diploma students. The medallions are provided by Old National Bank here in Boonville. I'd like to ask these 48 students to please stand and invite you to join me in recognizing them. Thank you. A third group we'd like to honor is our National Honor Society. They are identified by the white stoles they are wearing. I'd like to ask these 42 students to please stand and be recognized. Thank you. We'd also like to ask 5 members of our senior class to stand. These young men and women have enlisted in the military, and we'd like to ask you to recognize them. Thank you. Those on our staff would tell you that I've become a huge John Gordon fan this past year. Recently, he presented some great life lessons for graduates that I thought would be good to pass along to our senior class. So here we go. Number 1, you are here for a reason, and the most important thing you can do in your life is to find, live, and share your purpose. Number 2, follow your passion. It often leads to your purpose. Number 3, where you are now is not where you're going to be. Don't fret it. Number 4, learn from every job and experience. Everything prepares you for what's next in your life. Number 5, whatever your job after graduation, simply decide to serve. Small efforts will lead to bigger opportunities. Number 6, the quest for your purpose is filled with mystery, obstacles, defeats, dead ends, delays, detours, but ultimately victory. Number 7, don't rush the future. Seeds have to go through a process before they can be all they are destined to become. So, number 8, be a seed. Seeds surrender themselves to the ground so they can be used for a greater purpose. Decide to plant yourself where you are and allow yourself to be used for a greater purpose. When you plant yourself and make a difference, you grow into the person you were born to be and produce a harvest that will benefit others and change our world. Congratulations, class of 2018, on a job well done. And now I'd like to call to the stage and recognize our valedictorians and salutatorians. 4.0 valedictorians, Miss Michaela Gogol, Mr. Glenn Rao, Miss Sarah Russell, and Miss Adrienne Rudolph. And we'd also like to recognize our 3.984 salutatorian, Miss Caitlin Dugan.
After 2,340 school days, we've finally reached the day that we've anticipated for the last 13 years. Time has passed so quickly, it has seemed like a blur. In the moment, we thought this day would never come, but then we blinked, and now here we are. The time we've spent together has caused our class to grow close and form bonds that can never be broken. Many people in our class have experienced great successes, but also great hardships. But as a class, we celebrated or overcame them together. The class of 2018 has become one giant family because throughout the years, we have persevered as one. Perseverance is the foundation for great achievers. It can be found in all walks of life and in all ages. We proved this to be true throughout all of our years together, from letting go of our mom's hand on our first day of kindergarten to overcoming the menacing senioritis that has plagued us this year. Together, we have been unstoppable. We didn't sit back and wait for success to come to us. We kept moving forward because we were determined to better our school, our classmates, and ourselves. The time has come for us to go our separate ways, and now we will have to learn to overcome obstacles on our own. We are all going out into the world, and we're going to be successful, not because we're destined to succeed, but because we are determined to succeed. Though our time together as classmates has come to an end, I know that because of this unbreakable bond that we had formed together, we will be able to turn to one another in times of need as we once did before. So as we embark on our own separate journeys, we will inevitably be faced with adversity. So I want you all to remember a quote by Gillian Anderson. You can do anything you set your mind to, but it takes action, perseverance, and facing your fears. Thank you.
When I began contemplating the topic for my speech, I thought about the fears that each of us had to overcome to get to this exact moment. If I asked you, the class of 2018, to recall the first time that you felt afraid, it might take you back to that first day of kindergarten. We were scared, but we all met that fear head on, and we were able to develop new relationships as well as friendships. The first day jitters did not end there. In fact, they probably continued from year to year. The first day of middle school came upon us, and we were afraid that we were going to get lost or not have any friends in our classes. But we survived and even made it to high school. As freshmen in high school, we were worried that the upperclassmen were going to pick on us or that we were going to fail a final. We overcame those terrors, and soon we will be graduates from Boonville High School. We have been successful because we have not let our fears stop us from persevering. After today, some of us will become college students furthering our education. Others will enter the workforce and earn their money, or join the military and fight for our country. Whatever the path is that we choose, we cannot let our fears prevent us from accomplishing our goals. Fear can make us apprehensive, anxious, and even panic-stricken. As we continue on with our lives, we cannot be scared to fail. We have all made it to this final step to become the graduates of 2018 by working through the apprehension and the stress. When you take risks, you learn that there will be times when you succeed and there will be times when you fail, and both are equally important. It is in succeeding that we move forward, and in failing that we learn to keep trying. So let's embrace our future goals and take chances. The day we have all been anticipating ever since we walked into high school is finally here. We are about to receive our diplomas and embark on a new journey. But we cannot be afraid. We can only be excited and determined to be one step closer to our dreams. While this chapter of our lives is coming to an end, a new and even more rigorous chapter is about to begin. Dr. Seuss says, "Kid, you'll move mountains," and I know that each and every one of my classmates behind me will do just that. It is our turn to use our knowledge to make a difference. I will end with a few more words from Dr. Seuss, which reads, "You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the guy who will decide where to go." Thank you.
First of all, I'd like to ask you to excuse me if my voice cracks, because last night the Boonville boys varsity baseball team won the outright Big 8 championship for the first time since 1998. Now, goals are everywhere. Businesses have them, governments have them, individuals set them all the time. I mean, this gym even has 6 goals in here right now. That being said, many people say that they want something so badly, and they would do anything to have that object or skill or better job, but never actively pursue it. Everyone wants to be successful, reach their goals, and live the best life they can, but few people fully act upon what they say in a meaningful way. What sets apart the successful people from the ones who say they want to do great things? What is different about them that sets them apart from all the others? First, they have a kind of ferocious determination that exemplifies their resiliency and hard work. Second, they know in a very deep way what the goal is they are trying to reach. They not only have determination, but they have a specific goal to channel this determination. And in other words, they have a direction. This combination of passion, perseverance, and knowledge of their specific goal is what makes the high achievers so special. These people also actively search out ways to change their situation for the better, instead of either hoping that something good will happen or just assuming that what they're looking for can't be found. Henry Ford so accurately said, "Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right." This quote is so powerful, and its message is that the hardest part about pursuing your goals is not the physical aspect, but rather overcoming the mental roadblock. Now, class of 2018, through purposeful determination, let's go out into our communities, develop our God-given talents, apply ourselves to the goals we want to achieve, and make a positive influence on the people and world around us. Now, I would never be able to forgive myself if I didn't quote my favorite movie franchise of all time. So, class of 2018, may the force be with us, always.
A man named Jeffrey R. Holland gave the advice that in life, we should keep loving, keep trying, keep trusting, keep believing, keep growing. Heaven is cheering you on today, tomorrow, and forever. This is the time in our lives when we will become adults and contributing members of society. It will not be easy. There's going to be a lot more responsibilities, stresses, and trials to come in our lives. We cannot fear the future. We must look at the difficulties in life as challenges to overcome and problems to fix, rather than look at them as walls we can't climb. Like most of you, I faced many challenges throughout high school. However, I never gave in. I often had to convince myself that quitting was not the best option for me, though it seemed so at times. I had my eyes on the goal of graduating as valedictorian, so I took it one day at a time and I persevered through the very hard times. The power of perseverance is what gets us through life. It is what causes people to become successful. Each one of the graduating seniors today has the potential to be successful, influential adults in the world. All it takes is a goal and the ability to endure through the hard times, never forgetting that goal. When it seems like things aren't going our way, we need to tell ourselves what Joseph B. Worthland's mother said to him when he didn't make the football team: "Come what may and love it." It is inevitable that things are going to go wrong along the way, but that doesn't have to stop us from enjoying our lives and reaching our goals. There is always a way to love our adversity and be patient and enduring. If you never stop trying, you will make it to the end. We've proven that with our graduation today. It wasn't easy, but we have finally made it. We have come so far together through the rough times, especially middle school. Now, as we go our separate ways and begin our own journeys through life, I wish all of you the best of luck with your goals and your futures. Thank you.
A week ago today, I walked out to the dock of my pond. I looked out at the trees, the rainbow of colors in the evening sky, and I listened to the frogs begin to croak. I closed my eyes and imagined my 6-year-old self sitting crisscrossed on the ground, looking up and deciding on a goal I would not complete for 12 more years. And now here I stand, persevered. Persevere. That's a powerful word with lots of meanings. Carry on, stand firm, be determined, go the distance. But your circumstances are what truly define it. Joined behind me is a class made up of incredible individuals who have all persisted in their journeys. Whether it was emerging from their shells, beating a record time, passing a difficult class, befriending someone, or graduating, whatever it may be. And you all should be proud because it takes more guts than you think. Finally reaching a goal, no matter how small, already sets you up for success because you learn more about yourself. You learn that determination lives within you. You learn that you are courageous. You learn that you will overcome anything at any cost. You learn that you can. You learn that you are powerful. And that in itself is triumphant. Class of 2018, you've heard it before, but at the end of this chapter, there is a new one, an exciting one, waiting for you with an outstretched hand. Take it. Own it. It's yours, and it will only be as powerful as you. And now I will close with a quote by Benjamin E. Mays. The tragedy in life doesn't lie in not reaching your goal. The tragedy lies in having no goal to reach. Class of 2018, we have grown together and failed together, but finally, we have persevered together. Congratulations.
Not yet.
Mr. Schneider, each one of my peers seated behind me has a different story to tell about their time at Boonville High School. Though we all come from different backgrounds and walks of life, we each share one thing in common. We've all driven ourselves to arrive at this moment. I am certain that I can speak for every one of us when I say that we have all stressed, procrastinated, laughed, and most importantly, persevered through it all together. We, the class of 2018, have met the requirements of the Indiana Department of Education and the Warwick County School Corporation. We have spent the last 4 years of our lives with one goal, preparing ourselves for today. Now, I present to you the hardworking and well-deserving 144th graduating class of Boonville High School.
And now the moment you've all been waiting for. Graduates, here we go. Shira Lasana, 4. Caitlin Nicole Dugan. Cheyenne Elise Hearing. Alexander Lowell Phillips. Dean Lucas Ewan. Shane Michael Trimper. Caleb Allen Skelton. Katie Michelle Smith. Allie Nicole Posey. Lauren Nicole Batts. Caleb Thomas McKinney. Brianna Nicole Black. Morel Adriana Wilkinson. Kyle Jacob Tennyson. Glenn Anderson Rao. Blake Edward Reinhardt. Hallie Morgan Maccabee. Megan Olivia Miskimen. Caitlin Renee Dimmitt. Jasmine Elaine Baker. Erica Malin Lutz. Haley Ann Barker. Alex Marie Miracle. Megan Elise Henderson. Jonathan Robert Garrison. Haley Marie Hayden. Ember Levi Lannon. Kevin Aaron Huckleberry. Madeline Grace Miller. Sean Allen Morris. Bo Hunter Smith. Taryn Renee Sloan. Tyler Scott Beasley. Arizona Erica Rebecca Pribble. Carice Vernay King. Emily Brianne Kirby. Madeline Gail Jones. Elizabeth May Davis. Megan Elizabeth Malloy. Maylee Renee Engelhardt. Caitlin Marie Wellman. Joshua Allen Blanc. Angel Renee Dickman. Jacob David Wallace. Mackenzie Grace Ann Adair. Paul Ray Byers III. Aubrey May Van Patten. Kira Jade Willem. Matthew Ryan Ellsworth. Ian Paul Rhinelander. Incuria Jocelyn Albert. Carissa Ann Harden. Haley Marie Bates. Madison Cheyenne McLean. Jessica Evelyn McKinney. Grace Elizabeth Burge. Haley Michelle Carter. Devin Michael Majors. Scott James Chambers. Donald Wilson McLaughlin. Bailey Jacob Shoulders. Veronica Joe Franz. Charles Henry Sowers IV. Dylan Eugene Lance. Christopher Keith Hape. Colwyn Allen Mondor. Mitchell Lee Harris. Tyler Ross Hart. Nathan Ryan Hakey. Alec Grayson Newland. Ashley Nicole Hudson. Slade Dagan Kilman. Molly Elizabeth Miskimen. Willow Rael Krantz. Dale Jarrett Hutchison. Sydney Bryn Inslee. Hunter Christian Reeder. Austin Harrison Williams. Justin Michael Rutledge. Jonathan M. Spradlin. Stormy Gail Schmidt. Anna Louise Siddig. Adrian Lynn Shelton. Brooks Harold Wilzinski. Matthew James Samples. Michaela Ray Gogol. Justin Neil Adkins. Kyle Austin McAllister. Marshall Cullen Redmond. James Vernon Kleiman. Elijah Matthew Franz. Sydney Brianne Skelton. Abby Marie Green. Cooper McGee Fark. Ryan Joseph Howard. Mason Scott McDaniel. Christopher G. Howe. Nicholas Dean Tyring. Evan Joseph Garrison. Sarah Marie Russell. Kerrigan Nicole Perkins. William Tyler Souter. Anthony Stephen Clark. Tanner Lee Cundiff. Grayson Paul Jurgen. Hannah Marie Freihat. Lauren Olivia App. Noah James Smith. Jaden Scott Leslie. Jason Roy Cundiff. Cody Dylan Lee. Caleb Michael Cook. Joshua Michael Hemmings. Adrian Nicole Rudolph. Madison Paige Hunt. Kirsten Lynn Hill. Hannah Lynn Adams. Jace Hendricks Adams. Tyler Wesley Jones. Austin Anthony Pierce. Della Joe Gardner. Angelica Marie Romero. Parker Thomas Roy. Peyton Isaac Askew. Derek James Schuler. Kyle Andrew Reinerson. Brett Mitchell Gorley. Hunter Allen McDaniel. Zachary Daniel Miller. Jessica Sue Klaus. Preston Scott Dobby. Cameron Michael Herr. Damian Nicholas Ferguson. Aurora Faye Korn. Sarah Lynn Crow. Mia Lorraine Deaton. Takana Marie Stotler. Joshua David Dickerson. Tyler Shane Austin Spencer. Max Dalton Forston. Zachary Douglas Owens. Brandon Allen Garza. Alyssa Marie Coley. Brandon Thomas Hoolan. Calvin Thomas Wilder. Maria Sue Coley. Give me just a minute. Jessica Ann Smith. Samuel Vincent Iacono. Isaiah Thomas Patrick Nunn. Mackenzie Diane Lee. Jordan Lynn Madden. Sydney Lynn Lockyer. Ariana Elizabeth Wood. Cody Ray Michael Lemons. Jonathan Blaine Wilson. Taylor Michelle Mays. Ashley Rose Fetcher. Kendra Marie Schmidt. Casey Ryan McNeil. Kyle David Snipes. Cody Allen Mosley. Caitlin Brianne Smith. Ashlyn Nicole Wheat. Tavon Malik Merriweather. Caitlin Geneva Morris. Emmeline Ann Underhill. Haley Ann Winty. Maxwell Stephen Walter. McKenna Grace Walter. Bethany Ann Scales. Ladies and gentlemen, Boonville High School's 144th graduating class.
Graduating seniors, I'd like to congratulate each of you for completing your high school careers at Boonville. You are the 144th class to graduate from Boonville High School and now join more than 18,195 other Boonville graduates. Will the class of 2018 please rise? It is my duty and privilege as superintendent of the Warwick County School Corporation to announce to this class, to all present, and to all who shall in the future inquire about your attainment, that you are graduates of Boonville High School, class of 2018. Congratulations.
Class of 2018, you may be seated. My fellow classmates, this is the day we've been preparing ourselves for our entire high school careers. We've been through a lot together in these last 13 years, but especially the last 4. Freshman year was the year where we were just trying to make it through without embarrassing ourselves. Then we moved on to sophomore year where our confidence started to build. Junior year arrived and took over our lives with the SAT and ACT, AP tests, and a tough course load. After we completed our challenging junior year, we made it to the year of lasts, senior year. It started out with our last first day of high school, then moved on to our last sporting event, last pep assembly, last school dance, and finally we stand here together one last time as a class. Today we look towards our future with the big plans and even bigger dreams we've set for ourselves. Some of us are looking at it with excitement, but others are apprehensive. But despite all of these feelings, I know we are going to go out into the world and make our mark. So as we begin our new journey, I want you all to remember something that Oprah Winfrey once said. The biggest adventure you can take in life is to live the life of your dreams. So, class of 2018, I want to encourage all of you to reach the goals you've set for yourself and never give up on the life you've dreamed for yourself, because the best is yet to come. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are the Boonville High School graduating class of 2018, and now as we are preparing to step into the next chapters of our lives, we must complete one final task. Students, please join me in our last ceremonial act as the class of 2018 as we turn our tassels towards our futures. Thank you.